Now we'll be discussing about business writings. We'll be discussing about business writings. It includes report writing now, meaning, importance, and few examples as cases, right? Right. Just move ahead with the topic. Let's see what report writing is all about. First of all, we'll go through the meaning of the report. Report writing is a formal style of writing elaborated to convey information in a clearer, concise, and structured format. It is also a business writing which we use in creating reports of our like company's annual reports, the employees' progress reports, or the company's progress report. It can be in form of the other project reports or some new project is launching, so that particular report. So everything related to the professional documentation about our products, services, offerings, and the financial statements, financial analysis, everything is done in this report. So reports are used to document and analyze information or data, to offer findings, and to make recommendation based on analysis, right? They are commonly used in various fields, including business, science, education, and government, to communicate information objectively and efficiently. So basically, reports are used in various fields, including business, science, education, and government, so that we can inform the objective efficiently and to achieve the objective of business effectively. Next, we will see the importance, why the report writing is important. Number one is clarity and precision. That means reports provide clear and precise information. Next, it helps readers to understand the complex data and situation without any ambiguity. Without any ambiguity here means without any confusion, right? So reports give the clear picture of information. It also helps readers to understand the difficult data in a very simple form. Next is decision making. Well-written reports offer valuable insights and recommendations, aiding in effective decision making. As the well-written reports are very effective in communication as well as in decision making. It also helps the user, or it also helps the manager to take decisions, right? Because the things are the things are efficiently mentioned over there. So it becomes easy for the managers to take decisions. The next comes the accountability and documentation. Now, accountability and documentation here means, as accountability means that you have to be answerable for your responsibility. This is the meaning of accountability. So report serves official records of events, transactions, and research and findings, which ensures transparency and accountability. So accountability here means the person who is preparing a report will be answerable for everything he is putting into it. So for example, like you people go on internship and you also prepare a summer internship project report. So you must be accountable for your content over mentioned over there in the report. You must know what content you have put in your report. You have to be answerable for it, right? So similarly, it goes for business reports also, right? So it includes what? It records everything, events, transactions, research and findings, which ensures transparency and answerability, or we can say accountability. Moving towards the next importance is communication. It reports or facilitates effective communication among different stakeholders such as employees, managers, clients, and other entities, right? So here, why it is used? It is used for communication. Next comes problem solving. What is problem solving? It is an analytical report which helps identify problems, analyze their causes, and propose potential solutions. So it also, report writing also helps in problem solving, right? It analyzes reports to identify what problem is there, right? And to provide the possible outcomes by analyzing the causes, like what are the causes for a particular problem, what are the root cause, how can it be solved. So we have to also not only just identify the problem, but also have to analyze it and have to provide the possible outcome. Or we, if we cannot give the exact solution, we must propose a potential solution, right? Which can be taken, which can be taken. Next is performance tracking. It also helps our reports also helps in monitoring the performance, monitoring the reports as there are progress reports. So it helps in keeping a control and check whether the performances are being done or the progress is being made accordingly or not. If there is any deviation, like if employee is deviating from their plan, or if there is any deviation from their plan, they have to be rectified then and there by meeting up the plan B, or we can say by asking them to work on the same path, right? So they already have set the benchmark on which they have to work. Below that, the work standards are not, below the work standards, the work is not acceptable, right? So they have mentioned it in the proper reports also, which helps them in performance tracking. Now, we'll be discussing the different types of reports. So let's see the different types of reports. The business reports, these include annual reports, sales reports, financial reports, and market analysis reports, right? So these reports can be in any form, just as I told you. Let's see example of business reports. So what does a business report do? Either it records the annual report, or it includes the sales or total annual sales. What is the financial statement of a company at current position, at current time, and the entire analysis. Let's see, study one by one. Business report. A quarterly financial report for a corporation deals the company's performance over the past 3 months. It includes a quarter financial reports. What happens is it deals with the past 3 months records. So it is made 4 times in a year, right? So it records every 3 months performance. Next, it includes data on revenues, expenses, and profits, providing stakeholders with a clear picture of the company's financial health, whether the financial health of a company is sound or unsound, right? So what is the financial health of the company? Financial health here means, is a company dealing into profits or losses, or no profit, no loss? So what is the entire situation of a company? It is being, we can get to know it up through financial statements, that financially how a company is running in revenue or into losses, right? Next is the report's finding enables the management to make informed decisions about future investments and cost-cutting measures. If the financial statement or the financial health of a company is not good, then of course the company will take the decision to start the cost cutting, right? They will start cost cutting measures. So because if they are not meeting up their expenses, what is the use of running an organization? So what happens is, either they earn revenue or they should not go into the losses. So we have to make sure that the financial statement of a company must be sound, because then and only then in that case we'll be able to attract more stakeholders, more investors, and we'll be able to do more foreign collaborations. We'll be able to expand our business at more larger scale, right? So moving ahead to the next category. Next category is the technical reports, often used in fields like engineering and information and technology. So the technical reports are the reports which we used in fields like engineering and information and technology, because these are totally related to technicalities, technical education, technical research and development. So this involves, so it makes sure that there are technical experts who make sure that there should be no technical jargons which is being communicated in the reports. It has to be resolved then and there only, right? So examples of technical report is an engineering firm completes a technical report on a new bridge structure integrity. They used to prepare a report on a very good benchmark with proper information without um, forging with the information. They provide errorless information because technical jargons are not easily understood by the common people. So they make sure that there should not be any technical error, right? So these reports include detailed analysis, simulations, and safety assessment. So these report detailed analysis, simulations also they take into consideration. They also take safety assessment, that there should be no any no issue should be there. So they ensure of proper safety also. The next is, this information is crucial for ensuring the bridge safety and for securing regulatory approvals. Bridge safety and security approvals here means they are here the technical report. We have taken the example of new bridge structural integrity. Here we are the construction site. The report is being made on the construction of a bridge. So the simulation is done, the artificial working environment is being properly controlled, the everything, the setup of all the machineries, equipments, installation is being checked, and safety measures are also checked so that the person or the employees working over the site doesn't get any injury or accident doesn't take place, right? So such type of reports includes each and every minute thing about construction site, the welfare assessments are over there or not, are they getting the proper safety environment or not, right? Just moving towards the next category. The next category is the academic reports. Now, the academic reports, it's all about related to your academic progress. These encompasses research reports, thesis reports, and project reports using in educational settings. So, as I mentioned, your summer internship project reports, your dissertation reports, market survey reports, or your PhD thesis, and such likewise reports in educational setup. So an example of academic report can be a research report on the student have created on impact of climate on polar bear population. Any topic you can take your particular, suppose you are doing a market survey and your topic is customer perception towards the post pandemic market scenario or anything, it can be. So that particular in here in this example, the student has done the research on climate change which impacts polar bear population. So he has or she has mentioned the content related to that. So the report includes literature review, methodologies. Literature review includes the existing research which has been done on this topic and what they have came up with, right? So those things are mentioned in the literature review. The next comes the methodology, like which methodology is being used in research. You have used the primary method of data collection, or you have used the secondary method of data collection. So methodology here is the method of data collection which you have used, and the research is done accordingly, whether you have used the exploratory research, the descriptive research, what sample size you have chosen, what analysis tool you have taken for data analysis, like have you used the questionnaires, is it close-ended, open-ended, or you have taken interview method, or you have done surveys, what sort of surveys you have taken offline surveys, or you have gone for the option for online surveys. So all these things are included in this particular literature, this particular research report of academics. Apart from that, then everything is being done. We come to the data analysis. If you have used a questionnaire, then in that case, you have to do the data analysis. What you do in data analysis, you, according to the opinions of the respondents, like you have, suppose you have created 20 questions and there were 100 respondents. So on those 20 questions, you will create a pie chart or a bar chart, whatever is your choice. And then you just fill that charts according to the data you have received from your respondents, from your 100 respondents. So likewise, you will make each and every question. And after that, that data analysis, what does do that pie chart or bar graphs will give the interpretation, like out of this much consumer are interested for online shopping, this much of consumer are ready for offline shopping. So likewise, each and every question is answered and interpreted. And after that, we used to write a page of finding where we write like this was the objective of our research and now these are the findings. Then objective must match the findings of your research report. Otherwise, it will be considered as totally ineffective or ineffective research report, right? Then after the findings, you have to write the recommendation. If you want to recommend or you want to suggest any changes or any improvements, you might mention it over there. And if you don't want, you can directly come to the conclusion where you write the overall aspect that what you have came up with. And then you may mention the bibliography, or you have the content you have taken from website. If then bibliography website, you have to mention, or you have to mention if you have taken from some textbook, then you have to mention the names of the textbooks and all. And then at last, we use the form of appendix, where the appendix, there the attachment of questionnaires is done from like the format of a questionnaire is being attached to that report so that the interviewer may go through it. Because after every academic report, you have to give a presentation or viva on it, right? So you must be giving the entire detail in that particular report. So this academic report not only fulfills the student's course requirement, but also contributes valuable information to the broader scientific community, right? What happens is this particular research report, what you people do or what students do are if the best reports are being forwarded to Innovation Incubation Center, where they work on the ideas. They call up students for startups. So what happens is your idea may, your raw idea can be polished, can be trained and converted into a startup idea, right? So academic reports which we create must be free from flag, must have a good content, must have the content which should be reliable, and must not use any unethical sources, and should not give any fake information about the topic, or because at the end of the day, it will not be considered to be effectively made, right? So moving towards the next category, the investigative report. The investigative report, basically, as the name suggests, the term is used here, investigation, typically used in law enforcement and journalism to document investigation and findings, to find out something more about particular event, right? So this type of report is basically done by the law enforcement or by the journalists, right? So example of this report can be a journalist investigate report uncovers corruption within a local government. The report includes interviews, documents, and analysis. We can say data analysis. As a result, the report leads to public awareness, legal action, and reforms within the government. So we can say, as we all are aware about the mass communication and journalism, so these type of reports are being created by the journalists or these reports are created by the journalist, where what they do, they uncover the corruption, or they give the report about a particular incident or a particular happening or mishappening which has been which is there. And suppose if there is a natural disaster somewhere in some part of the country or some part of the state. For example, there are too much of landslides in hilly areas. And as we have seen last year in monsoon, Himachal Pradesh was totally devastated with the disaster. So what happened was the journalists were creating the investigation report. They were uncovering the entire situation, where they were mentioning how many people were dead due to that disaster, what were the losses, how many people lost their near ones in that particular disaster. So all these reports are created by the either journalist or by the law enforced people, right? So what happens is they give that report includes the interview along with the documents and with the data analysis, right? In which is basically used for documentation, record keeping, and also for the effective communication, and to make people aware about such incidents which are taking place. Next is, as a result, the report leads to public awareness, legal actions, and reforms within the government, right? So this is what happens. As we can see, during the elections, there are also uh, reports. People used to start taking the opinions, and where they investigate what people want, how many first time voters are there, how many people will be going to vote for first time, and also just to make people aware, just to make people aware about legal actions also, to reform that reforms within the government, right? So all these reports are just made to use as an communication tool out there for people. Moving to the next, progress reports. These reports provide update on the status of ongoing progress or initiatives, right? For, as the name suggests, progress. So obviously they are talking about the growth level. Like what was the progress yesterday and what is the progress after 1 week. So example where we can take, a project manager submits a monthly progress report for a software development project. So there is one software development project which is going on, and on that particular project, a manager is working and who is submitting a monthly progress report. So the report tracks what milestones they have achieved in 30 days, that identifies issues encountered in during the working of those 30 days, and outlines the plan for next phase. So what will be the plan for the next month? So what happens is that particular progress report tells that this particular, in the month of June, these things have been encountered. The We were working on level 1, now we have moved to level 2, and in the next month we will be moving towards level 3. What are the plan for that particular level is mentioned in that report, right? Next, the report tracks milestone achieved, identifies the issues. Also, it also the report also contains that what were the issues they have encountered. Was there any internet connectivity issue? Was there any behavioral issue? Or what else issues were faced? Are there were any issue with the stakeholders, clients, or with anyone, right? So these reports can include those issues. Now moving to the next. This ongoing documentation helps keep the project on track and informs stakeholders of its status. Next is lab reports. Now, lab reports is obviously, when we talk about it, deals with the um, scientific fields, the report or the documents, experiments, and their outcomes, right? So it can be the reports. Here we cannot, as we know, it is dealing with scientific fields. So it includes the experiment and its outcome. Now moving to the examples of successful report writing in companies, right? So we were talking about the companies who were successful in report writing. We have took some example. I have took some example of those companies. Let's discuss. So first we'll be talking about Apple Inc, right? So here we are talking about the Apple. So Apple came up with the annual report. What they mentioned in the annual report, what they mentioned in their annual report is Apple Inc. is renowned for its comprehensive and transparent annual reports. The 2023 annual report, they have shared their annual report. So what mentioned in their annual report? Let's go through it. The annual report is a notable example dealing with companies' financial performance, strategic initiatives, and future outlook. The report includes financial statements. What they are saying that it is dealing with the entire notable example. What was the company's annual performance in finance or strategic initiatives, right? Let's go through it. So financial statements include detailed income statement, balance sheet of the company, and cash flow statement. Management discussion and analysis. It includes insights from management about the company's performance, challenges, and strategies. Now, risk factors, an extensive section on potential risks that could affect the company's operation. So they have mentioned the risk factor also. And the last was sustainability and corporate responsibility. They also included the like they have mentioned over here what things are included in their annual report. Firstly, financial statement, then it was management discussion and analysis, then third was risk factors, and the last one is sustainability and corporate responsibility. So what they included in corporate responsibility, they said highlights of Apple's effort in sustainability. Like they have mentioned what Apple has contributed towards the environmental friendly impact and corporate social responsibility. So what this gives the thorough understanding of how Apple is working to provide to provide their stakeholders with the clarity of thoughts and understanding, right? So moving towards the next example. Now we have taken the example of Tesla. Tesla, they have shared the impact report in 2023. So Tesla shared in its impact report in 2023, where they mentioned that uh, Tesla exemplifies successful report writing in terms of sustainability and social responsibility. Key elements of the report include environmental impact, which were giving the detailed data. They were giving the detailed data on how Tesla is helping to reduce emissions, including metrics on energy consumption, vehicle emissions, and renewable energy. Why? Because they are dealing into electronic vehicles and they have to say as they are using the electricity and producing the electronic vehicles. So they were telling how they have reduced the use of carbon emissions and energy consumptions so that to save renewable energy, right? So let's discuss more about Tesla impact report. The other point was social impact. Information on Tesla workforce diversity, community engagement, and employee safety initiatives. They mentioned that the social impact on the Tesla workforce was that people in Tesla were from different diversified backgrounds. They were using the employee safety initiatives as they were dealing into total technical production and manufacturing of electronic vehicles. So they make sure that there is proper community engagement, there is no dispute between the diversified workforce, and they also initiated the employee safety measures so that everything, the functioning of the industry may go smooth. Next was governance. So they've also focused on transparency in governance practices, including political policies, ethical standards, and compliance measures, so that they should not harm the policy of external factors. External factors here includes, when we talk about external factors in business, it includes technological, economic, social, political, and legal factors, which if we do not consider it, it might come or act as a barrier in our smooth functioning, right? So we have to ensure that we are taking care of the ethical standards and political and legal compliance, right? Moving towards the next thing is innovation. So as Tesla is truly an innovator, like they came up with the advancement in electric vehicles, battery technology, and energy products. So they considered to be the truly acts as a innovators in the entire business sector, right? So the the impact report of Tesla covered the comprehensive coverage and data-driven approach, which was effective for communication, right? We'll see the last example which we have taken, and this example is of Microsoft. So what Microsoft have did, Microsoft has given the environmental sustainability report. So Microsoft's environmental sustainability, first of all, we will discuss what is sustainability and what is environmental sustainability. Environmental sustainability here means that the resources which we are using from our environment must be conserved for the use of further generations or for the upcoming generations, right? So here Microsoft is saying that they have provided the environmental sustainability report for 2023, which showcases the company initiatives and achievements which they have achieved in sustainability. Let's talk about what they did for environmental sustainability. The key aspects of the report are carbon footprint. They came up with carbon footprint, detailed analysis of Microsoft's carbon emission with progress towards their goal for being carbon negative by 2030. So they are saying they will eliminate the usage of carbon by 2030. So they are reducing the carbon emissions, right? So day by day, they are progressing on the use of carbon footprint. They are reducing the use of carbon emissions. Next was sustainable innovation. That means information on sustainable product design, data center efficiency, and renewable energy products. They were focusing more on sustainable innovation. So they were focusing that innovation, the creativity, which must focus on environmental friendly innovations, right? And by conserving the uh, renewable sources. Next was water and waste management. So metrics on water usage, waste reduction, and recycling efforts. So they use the water management also, they use the recycling efforts also, as they were using the water reduction, they were using their AC plants, water drainage to their we can say their gardens, so that they can use waters, they can reuse it in some another way, right? So they were using the concept of sustainability, recycle, reduce, and reuse. So next was collaboration and partnership. Highlights of partnership with organization and governments to advance global sustainability goals. So they were working on collaboration and partnerships with global sustainability goals uh, so as to achieve that environmental sustainability goal by 2030. So this was the report which is structured about clear metrics and comprehensive information about Microsoft environmental sustainability goal. So they came up with such reports.